Hello, Clashers, and welcome back to another Friday and another episode of The Culture Clash. You know who it is. It's your girl, Luis Villalón, and I am so excited to be back with you to talk about everything that has happened over the week. If you are one of the millions of people who did not watch the AMAs, well, girl, don't worry, because I got you. It was awful, and I did my job just so that I could talk to you about it. But most importantly, I brought you someone who is so great. It has been weeks, months in the making, and I am finally sitting here with someone who I just admire so much. He, she, they, them are revolutionizing the music industry, not only with his talent, but also with his message of equality, especially for trans brothers and sisters. Please help me welcome the beautiful, the booked, the blessed, and busy DJBoyWife. Hello, gorgeous.
The blush is palpable.
Baby, I'm just so excited to have you here. It has been a long time in the making.
Very. I know. And I blame myself.
I don't.
I also think good things come to those who wait.
Exactly.
And thus.
And I just always believe that when you don't get something right away, it's because something better is waiting. And we were meant to just meet at this time, at this moment, and I'm so happy that you're here. I also want to let the girls know that I know you because you're super famous and everyone in the city knows you. However, I have never had a one-on-one with you. Mm-hmm. And I'm so excited because in the last 30 minutes, the producer has told us, shut up.
Queen out for the centuries.
Queen
literally.
out. Just talking about gay shit, and I'm so excited for the girls to talk, just hear everything that you have to say.
I want them to know that you have the Fame perfume in your bathroom.
I do.
That is the cuntiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, so I have to say something, girls. When Miss DJBoyWife walked in, I was like a damn dog. I was sniffing her. I was like, you are wearing the Fame perfume, aren't you? And she said, yeah. And then she asked me to walk her to my bathroom. I treat everyone as a she, okay? I hope that's okay with you. Okay, good. And then I said, listen, I'm going to make you do a cartwheel before you leave because I want to make sure that bottle remains in my house.
And I've had a lump here ever since.
Suddenly you smell even better.
All right.
No, you smell so good. I wish you could all smell it. It is something that I cannot pull off. It's something that only very few people can pull off.
And it's so specific because I bought it when it came out and that was
2012, 13?
Forever ago. I was in high school. And I remember the marketing, it's it has Lady Gaga's blood in it.
Yes.
And some cum in it and her sweat and all this shit. And I was like, Mom, we have to go to Macy's.
Yes. And it was targeted to a both demographic, male, female, whatever you wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we jump into Gaga, you know that there is a question that we ask here on the Culture Clash. And it kind of just gives us all a little bit of a understanding of who you are. Who is your number one diva?
It's so funny because it started as Lady Gaga. Mm-hmm. That was the number one.
Number one.
Went to the Monster Ball. It was my first concert in 6th grade.
Jealous. Wow.
3rd row.
What? Wait, how old were you?
11 or 12? 12?
You went to the Monster Ball. Girl, what did you get to see there?
I know. Well, so my mom took me, and she took my girlfriend.
At the time. Oh.
Actual girlfriend,
No.
not my little plaything. My actual girlfriend. And it was so sick because the photo op that they had for attendees was the sphere from the Bad Romance video.
The big, yes.
Yes, and so
rotating.
I have a picture of my mom and I in that, and she let me dye my hair for the first time with blue temporary dye, and it was so faggy and so so that was my number one. That was my
Your girl number one. First of all, before we continue, shout out to those mom who let those queer kids be themselves. To your mom, to every mom out there watching us, watching this episode, and just letting your children be who they are. Shout out to them. Shout out to your mom. What's her name?
Ricky.
Ricky, we love you, and I wish that every single mom in this world was just like you. Okay, so you started out as Lady Gaga.
Yes. And then from there, I became a barb.
A barb.
Which in 2014 meant something different than it means in 2025.
You can separate the talent, you can separate the art from the artist.
Occasionally.
Occasionally.
Because then, from there, I was a really big Kanye West fan. So then, moving quickly on, I kind of fell into like the Sophie, Charlie XCX era, and ended after going to the Renaissance tour. I was like, is this the greatest performer, artist, singer, woman of all time?
Well, I have an answer for you. Yes. Yes, it is.
Like, it just like, too, Renaissance was what made me kind of go back through her library, because like, I bought like 4. I was really into 4, the album.
Yes.
But then I went back and I was like, she has consistently been incredible all the time, always.
Every single time.
And so my number one is between Lady Gaga and Beyonce.
You know what? Clap if you agree, because they are right there on top of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And the only one that will take on as a mother from them would be Madonna. And
Sure.
if the day that I have the opportunity to talk to Lady Gaga and Beyonce and tell them like, I love you both, you're my number one, but then Madonna comes first, they'll be like, totally understandable.
Yeah.
Beyonce, we just got to see her, Liam and I, at Cowboy Carter. Mm-hmm. It was spectacular. We showed up to Chicago like at 5:30. The show was supposed to start at 7:30.
Was this the one that got rained out?
Yes. Mm-hmm. We show up. As soon as we show up to the stadium, they're like, oh, you guys have to take shelter. We're a little bus. We're like, what do you mean? They're like, no, girls. Like, you have to take shelters. As soon as we get inside the stadium, just starts pouring down rain. Like, just crazy. And everyone was like, oh, this is not happening. And I'm like, you don't know Beyonce. The moment that rain stopped, I am not kidding, within 15 minutes, the entire team had that entire stadium cleaned up.
Girl.
It is the logistics, the professionalism, everything that woman gives you. If you have something negative to say about Beyonce, I automatically know the type of person you are.
Do you know I kind of have a very similar stance where I personally, and maybe this is like a crazy like hot take, if you can't find something to like about Beyonce, it gives like racism to me.
Agree?
Like, it just feels like everything is just right. It's a you problem. You know what I mean? And that's so faggy. But I stand on that.
But it's so real because, okay, when you talk to gay men, you talk about like, you want a pop star, you want hair, you want fashion, you want tossing. And I'm like, you have a Barbie on stage giving you exactly what you're asking for.
Making an album for you queer people.
Yes.
Like, I don't see a lot of other people with gay fan bases making a whole album dedicated to queer people.
And not only to queer people, like a lot of artists have. A lot of people have targeted queerdom or queerness. No one has taken the time to understand the history behind it, the music, the culture, and that is what Beyonce did. And you can just tell in her work. Renaissance changed my life. I just saw Cowboy Carter. Have you seen Cowboy Carter? You have not seen Cowboy Carter.
I follow a lot of Beyonce stan like update accounts. And so I've seen all the clips. I've seen, Blue and Rumi, and I've seen it all, but I have not gone.
Okay, well, we need to get you in contact with the right people because you, not only do you have to go see the concert, you have to be a guest to understand the magnitude and the professionalism of the industry. And you are in this industry, you understand music better than most people, and there's no reason why you should not be a guest at the Cowboy Carter show.
Plus, like, the mixes are, like, she does this one mix, and it's thick, and it's something else with it. It's like Sweet Honey Buckin' or something with thick, and it's like, her mind. I'm sorry.
We're gonna have to ask someone who was sober for this because, and I'm not even trying to be disrespectful, but when we showed up, I told Liam, I said, "Listen, girl, I'm not going to heaven, so this is the closest I'm being to God."
Down.
We were drinking thick and anytime, any place. Yeah, it was all that remix. It was so good.
Yeah.
You have to go see the show. It'll change your life.
See, I was talking to Nala, who works at Bloom, and she said she's going to like Paris to see her.
Wow.
She's going to like a couple different stops in Europe, and I was like, I could like
Girl,
fit in the bag. Like I could be your carry-on. Like
listen, and tickets in Europe are not that expensive, honestly.
Really?
You can honestly get a ticket, like whatever money that you spend here to go to New York, Florida, whatever it is, you can spend the same money to go to Paris and have a much better experience. America has a problem. But you totally should. You totally should. I've heard about going to Paris. Right now, I'm a little busy with work, but you should definitely look into going to Paris for.
Down.
And then she's also in DC, 4th of July.
Really? Wait.
T.
And she has that whole like Statue of Liberty with the blindfold. And...
Honey, the entire show, not to ruin it for you or anyone at home, not to be a spoiler, but the entire show is so fucking political. At the very end of the show, she has a Statue of Liberty, comes out fully gold, with a bandana wrapped around her mouth. You know, the Statue of Liberty used to be gold. It just kind of tells you the story of how America has brainwashed into like this history. Not to get political, but the show is amazing. It is a country Barbie on stage. Her vocals, the mic is on, the hair is tossed.
On. She ain't no diva.
If she offended me, I put that on my resume. I want to go back to her show so she can just look at my ugly ass and say, she ain't no diva. I would call my mom and be like,
I'm not a diva.
I'm not a diva. Beyonce say I'm not a diva. I'll get that tattooed on me.
Right here.
On my forehead.
Down.
Yes, that
Down.
woman can do no wrong.
Agreed.
So love to hear that you are a Beyonce stan. I am a Beyonce stan, and I want to say that this might be the first time someone has mentioned her on the podcast.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Not to shade anyone who has been on the first season, but the first seasons were a lot of Lana Del Rey's. I was like, where are my Lady Gagas? Where's my Beyonce? And it's feel like...
What would you say, like, I feel like that's an age thing.
For sure, definitely.
Because, like, I was a huge, like, Tumblr kid, like, in high school and stuff, and, like, I was around, so, like...
Tumblr porn?
Ooh. Ma'am. But, like, the Lana Del Rey's, the Marina the Diamonds, the Charlie XCX's, like, that was an era. But, I mean, longevity, like, comparatively to Lady Gaga, be so serious.
Be fucking for real. But I also I don't really mind getting older because I love gay culture. I love that every single generation continues to be the same with different things.
Yeah.
My friend was telling me that he was reading a book on like gay social life back in the 70s and 80s. And he's like, nothing has changed. They're still going to the same places. They're still going to tea dance. They're still pre-gaming.
Girl, the girls who went to that tea dance are going to this tea dance. I've seen them.
Well, some with the same shirt. But I love gay culture. I love that one way that we get to express ourselves, our femininity, and get to live vicariously is through gay divas.
Yeah.
Like Cher, Judy Garland, Madonna, Lady Gaga.
Well, bitch, there's that gay icons party.
Yes.
I know that the girls are going to be... Who was it that was Cher before?
Miss Marcel. We'll post a little picture of Ms. Marcel here on the screen. She looked amazing. And this is my story of my friends are really tired of hearing about it. And I'm sure that you guys have heard this on the podcast. But it's a celebration for that gay man that was in the closet trying on your mom's heels. You come on to this gay party, gay icons, and you get to be celebrated for wearing a wig, for wearing heels, for my 5 o'clock showing and just feeling that femininity that a lot of the time as young gay men, we were only able to express that through television, like Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera
Yeah.
or Charlie XCX or any of those divas that keep coming up.
See, and that's kind of where, I mean, my whole thing comes from is like, I feel so much more confident dressed up like this than I do day to day. You know what I mean? So like, that's so real. It's like, it's kind of like that RuPaul, like, drag is like a superpower kind of thing where it's like, if I am that diva, then I can live vicariously through that diva and have that same like sexiness and strength and like attitude.
And it's a safety net where you go out on the street and you feel who you are. I've loved fashion since I was a little kid, and I do want to talk about your look because your fashion is so androgynous. It's so, I don't even want to, it's just so creative. What you wear, it's truly who you are. And not a lot of people get to do that. Not a lot of people have the freedom of just saying, I'm going to try this on because I can.
Yeah.
And you have that freedom, and I love it. Let's talk about where your fashion comes from. Have you always dressed very this?
No, I only started cross-dressing with DJing.
Okay.
Because I think that DJing is the first job I've ever had, and it's the only job I've ever had. And so I think that being like a curator of like an event or a party or being like the head of it has granted me this like power to be like, well, I can try a little something different, you know? Because like, what are you going to say? I'm the DJ, you know?
I'm
like
the star. You are.
Sometimes. Not all the
You
time.
always have to be the star. It doesn't matter if you're the busboy in the back of the restaurant. You are always a star.
Make him feel like a star.
You always have to like feel that you are that, and I feel that through your fashion, you always express that. I've been to many of your gigs, and I think one of the highlights is what is DJBoyWife wearing. It's
Really?
It's very inspiring, and you say the word cross-dressing. And not that it's a wrong word, it's been used for many decades. But what really is cross-dressing?
See, I agree with that. I've always thought that was some bullshit because like when I was in high school, again, like I didn't start wearing like skirts and heels and shit until now. But in high school, I would go to the thrift store with my parents and I would just like buy what I liked, and it wouldn't matter if it was like a woman's large or a men's large. Like that shit never bothered me. And so I know exactly what you're saying, and I've always thought that. I've always been like, if it looks good on you, it looks good on you. Like,
Yeah.
you're creating this barrier for no reason.
Yeah, I shop a lot in women's clothing, and a lot of people don't realize that. In fact, I have a lot of straight men like, oh my God, I love your shirt. I'm like, bitch, it's a blouse. I swear. The many times I have said that, and they're like, no, it's not. I'm like, look at the buttons. They're on the wrong side. It's a women's blouse. And they're like, wait, it's so cool. And I'm like, you only put genders on clothing and whatever it is that you do because the world has told you to do that.
Yeah. And even like historically, it's just like a new thing. Like 1600s, they didn't give a shit. Girl, they were like in these plays and they were like,
Girl, they had a cute little fur skirt.
yeah, and they felt comfy as shit.
Yes.
I'm sure they did.
Word.
I'm sure they did.
I just hate, I don't know if I hate the word cross-dressing. We're not calling women for wearing pants cross-dressers. Or because they got a pixie cut, we're not calling them cross-dressers.
Fair.
Because at the end of the day, masculinity and wanting to achieve that look is always going to be aspirational. But fuck that, because women, to me, have been aspirational. And if I want to wear a skirt, I've always said, fuck the power suit. It's time for the power skirt.
Down.
So, yeah.
Trademark.
Yeah.
Trademark.
Trademark,
Cut.
yes. Back in the 70s, we had women wearing the power suit. It is time for 2025 for everyone in the world to be wearing a fucking power skirt.
Down.
Because there is no one in this world that has bigger balls than a woman wearing a skirt. Yeah. Okay, so
Facts.
girl, you're not kidding. Oh, don't get me started. But let's get a little lighter. I want to talk about you DJing, about all the gigs. You are booked, blessed, and busy. I mean, to book you, it's easier to book Melania Trump, girl.
I don't know. It feels like such a blessing to me because, again, like I said, it's the only job I've ever had. And to find the success that I've found feels very like flash in a pan. You know, it feels very lucky to me to have a desire for this kind of niche, you know, whatever you want to call this, you know. It's really special to me. And like being embraced by the city like this is something I post about all the time because I like literally like get over like I'll do a whole week of gigs and then like that Sunday I'll be like sitting on my couch with like smeared makeup on this eye and like a half full box of takeout on the table and I'm like I really get to live this life because people give a shit about like dancing and music and queer people and like it just is bigger than all of that, you know what I mean? And like for this city to like embrace me like that, it just is like the whole world to me.
And that is a really great way to put it, but I think that far beyond your music, your fashion, and it is about you. It's about the aura that you bring. And I think people in the city sense how comfortable you are with yourself, how comfortable you are with your fashion, how comfortable you are with the message that you are sending to the world. And when you are an authentic person, it shows through your work. And that's why people feel so connected to, listen, there can be many DJs in the world, but with someone that you connect in a personal level that you're like, yes, I want to support this bitch. It's far more than any other talent or far more than just, oh, the city embraced me. It really is your work. And you said like, oh, I sit there with like smear makeup and people sometimes like, do you have like imposter syndrome? I'm like, no, it's the complete opposite. It really is a fucking complete opposite.
Really?
I'm here. I am excited to be here. I am humble. Never to forget to be humble, to be where you are. But if the world has put you where you are, it's no coincidence. And you are exactly where you are meant to be. So thank you. Thank you for putting Cincinnati in such a high pedestal because only very few people get that. And it really fucking bothers me when people want to talk down about Cincinnati.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Are you from here?
I was raised here.
Yeah.
So I understand the talent that there is. So when people tell me like, oh, there is no talent, it's like, well, you haven't tried to get your talent out there. Because if you tried and you were authentic about it, the world will embrace you and you will make Cincinnati better. But instead, you would just want to sit back and complain.
Now, that is such a big conversation too, because that's so. I've noticed that, you know, like I've seen a million DJs as well that are in it for like fucking girls or to like put your sunglasses on and be like, you know, I'm this like big dick DJ, whatever. But there is no like authenticity with it, and that I think is pivotal.
Always.
And so I think you're completely right, where it's like, if you want to see a change, you should probably go make that change.
Yeah, because what are you going to do? Your Midwest ass is going to move to New York City and wear J. Crew. Okay. That's... What are you going to do, girl? Like, I need you to, if you really want to see a change in your city, if you want, support those places. And speaking of supporting places, I know that tomorrow you are a very, very special drag brunch. Let's talk about it.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Mellow Tone. I think it's their first drag brunch ever.
Very.
And they got such a good cast, too, which that's the best part for
PhD.
me. PhD, Kiara Chimera, Evelyn Everything, Nala Jones, and Cora, I believe.
Yeah.
Showstopper.
I am so excited. And you're going to be the DJ.
What else could you ask for?
That really is like an all-star. So if you have not gotten your tickets, we're going to put the link below so that you guys can come and join us for drag brunch. It's going to be super, super fun. And it's really like the kickoff to Gay Pride.
Yeah, it is. And that's what's crazy is that it's snuck up so fast.
There's so many events. You have so many events going on the month of June, starting on Sunday. Girl, I'm tired.
No, but no, I love it. I'm excited. No, yeah, we were talking earlier. I think it's 28 gigs in 30 days, and and even like traveling. Like I had my first New York City gig,
Fuck yeah.
the weekend of Cincinnati Pride.
So that's okay. That's okay.
But I'm gonna be like flying, like red eye, flying back, leaving $3 bill in Brooklyn, to then fly back here to do Cincinnati Magazine's block part. Like, my Google Calendar is like steaming.
Book blessed and busy. And that's, there was a time in life when you wanted this life, and now you just take a deep breath and say thank you.
Yep. And I do. And that's the best part. And that's what and again, that's what almost like this imposter syndrome that you've mentioned is, again, like, I don't feel that I'm the most like palatable DJ in the world. Because sometimes I'll like play songs that are just for me and not really for a crowd, like people don't go out to like, oh, I bet I'm going to hear Shisa tonight. But I play it because I like it. You know what I mean? And so when like certain places book me, like straight places or like breweries and things like that, and I show up like this, I'm like, you want this? Like, you're down for all this, And then they usually are.
Shout out. I just saw your Instagram post about brewery down the street, Ryan Guys, who you said, thank you so much for supporting me and supporting everything that I am, not asking me to tone it down. And that is exactly what I mean by you, because you're not always going to be the most palatable guy or the most, but neither was Lady Gaga.
Damn.
And now she is Mother Monster, and she is doing what she's supposed to do. So when I say your authenticity will always show regardless of what it is, it's clear and people want you back. So you're flying to New York for Brooklyn, coming back.
Yes. And I am doing Chicago in July as well.
Wow.
And then back to New York in July for like I'm going with a couple other local DJs, Chef and Nymph, and we're doing like a New York takeover where we have 4 gigs in New York over 3 days.
How amazing.
Thank you. I just want to talk about it because I'm excited because like
Hello.
when I used to work at a bar up in Northside, and it was where I got my start, and it wasn't the hugest bar in the world. And so it feels kind of crazy to think like these like big cities, like you're saying, are like, again, like you want little old me.
They do.
Ah, that's crazy.
They're crazy.
It's not crazy.
It's not.
It's crazy, but it's not crazy.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's real. And again, I a lot of people talk about imposter syndrome. Like, I really don't have that. I really am the opposite.
Girl, look at you. Who would?
At the end of the day, I feel like the world put you exactly where you're meant to be. Nothing less, nothing more. And to be sitting here with you, to be sitting here with someone who is so excited and passionate about life and sharing their message with the world is just exquisite. And that's how I know that I don't have imposter syndrome. That's how I know that these things are real and that we were meant to be exactly where we are. So I see you working with Beyonce, with Rihanna. And I really don't see that like as a dream. I'm like, oh, I can't believe this bitch is gonna do it.
Right?
When I see you doing it, I'm like, oh, girl, work.
The Renaissance tour, she had all those DJs opening for her. She had like Arca and
Exactly.
fucking Kevin Prodigy.
And the only thing that keeps us away from gigs or opportunities like that is our delusion. So stay delusional, my friend. It always pays off. It always pays off. I just saw the other day something that said, I would rather be cringe in your mind than a prisoner in my own. So.
Gag it.
Gag it.
Gag it.
Gag it. Now, how do you get started on DJing? Like,
Total accident.
Really?
Complete accident.
Okay.
I had a very good friend who DJed at a bar, and I had just moved to Cincinnati, and I didn't realize that we lived so close to each other. I thought he lived like further away. And I saw on Instagram like a flyer he posted, and I was like, yeah, I'll go meet him. You know, this is a friend like an internet friend I've had for a long time. And I went to the bar he worked at and saw his set and found out that night that he was moving to Texas. And the bar owner was like, kind of like, okay, well, you look like a DJ. Do you want to try it?
You say yes, ma'am.
Yeah, bitch, of course.
Yes, of
and
course.
so like I made my little Spotify playlist
What?
and I turned the crossfade on like 6 seconds and I played at that bar maybe like 2 weeks later. And I was DJ Shane Browman, government name.
Government.
And it was like an accident. Like, I just like fell into it. And again, like I had never had a job before. So I was like, oh, so now you're going to pay me to like play this music I would listen to at home anyway? Okay.
To turn the party up anyway?
I mean, hello. And so I was like a Spotify DJ there for like 8 months. And I just was like, yeah, this is great. And then I eventually was like, okay, well, shit, let me like respect this craft maybe a little bit more and put more effort into it. And then that was kind of it. And then Seth from Alice reached out to me and was like, I see you doing this cool shit you're doing, respect, queer, and come work at my bar. And that was kind of it. And that was like the lily pad to, I think, finding some of the success that I found was through like Alice.
That's really amazing. When you are meant to be exactly doing what you are supposed to do, it always falls on your lap. And that's really amazing.
And that's what my mom kind of said. Because again, like I've talked to her, and again, I've sat there with like smeared makeup and whatever shit, sweatpants on. And she's like, she'll send me texts like every like 2 weeks, just randomly. And it'll be in all caps. And it'll say, remember, you are mother space fucking DJ boy wife.
Yep.
And I'll like laugh at it, but then I'm like,
You are.
yeah.
You are.
Yeah. Motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Fucking boy
Yes. Like, okay.
I mean, come on. Think about Beyonce getting on stage. Would she ever doubt that she's Beyonce?
Never. You like, and that's, you have to be like your own hype man as well.
And you have to respect the people around you who are paying for that ticket to come see you.
Yes.
In my case, I have to be respectful of people's time and energy to come sit here on the couch and yap with my ass about random shit.
It's a privilege.
But it's a privilege because I understand the privilege that I have. And I make sure that my co-hosts and everyone at home watching understand that it's a privilege to be here and that not everyone gets to do it. So
Yeah.
it's a very fine line between being humble and never feeling like, oh, I'm not worthy of this. Like, girl, if it's in your mind, it's in your repertoire. So I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you're doing this. I'm also really happy, and it makes me so excited about your message when it comes to DJing, because far more than just the music that you create and the vibe and the environment that you're always putting out at places where I see you, it's the message of equality for your trans brothers and sisters, always raising money to free Palestine. And that, far beyond any DJ, just shows me the person that you are. And it's very appreciated.
Thank you. I have to like take that in, because a part of me also is just like, if you have a platform, that's just what you do. Like, if you have eyes on you, it has to be bigger than you no matter what. Because there are things going on that are bigger than you, and there are things going on that are bad, frankly.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't know. I don't know how you have a platform without having something you stand for. Like, it's not just about you, bitch.
And not only do you have a platform as a very well-known DJ in the city, but the key here is that I think that you understand your privilege as a white gay man. You understand the responsibility that comes with. And also that you can just sit back and, I'm a white gay. I'm a skinny white gay.
I get the world like served to me on a platter.
I can get away with
Yeah.
just about anything, you
Yeah.
know? But you get it you get the platform that you have the message, you get the message that you have that is far more important than any of your privilege. And that is really, really inspiring for anyone watching you grow and watching you just do what you love. I really, really love that. So thank you.
It just feels like what you're supposed to do. Like, it feels like you just need to have context and step outside yourself and be like, I'm getting things that other people wouldn't, just for how I am, how I look, how I was raised. What now? Like, what do you do now that you have this privilege besides try and do something about it? Like, it's just, it just feels like what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I love that it's not even a question for you, and it's very much appreciated because you know that you could just be a DJ taking all the money home and be like, thank you.
Right.
Let me buy a new Louis bag, which if you do, please, you deserve it. You deserve that damn Louis bag. But I also...
It's from the Real, but it's still a Louis bag.
Girl, listen, if it's from Chinatown, we don't give a shit. You know, fuck capitalism.
This little AliExpress top.
Everything is thrifted.
Let's go.
I am a thrifting queen. We love thrifting in this house. So we love that. And I love your message far more. I love it just as much as the music and every single event that you go at DJBoyWife. It's just a party. It's just a party. Okay, now let's get into pop culture, because I know you love pop culture. Yes, she said, girl, the gloves are
my
off.
bread and butter.
Did you watch the AMAs?
Yeah, and it was the worst shit I've ever seen. And it's funny that you bring this up, because the downfall of American music award shows will be studied. It used to be, I watched the VMAs with the paparazzi blood performance.
Religiously.
I watched the VMAs where Beyonce had the baby bump. Like, I've grown up watching these things.
Oh.
The AMAs were a disgrace to pop music, culture. It was embarrassing.
Clap if you agree.
Audience goes wild. It was fucking trash. And Jennifer Lopez couldn't save it.
Yeah.
So sorry, mother. Benson Boone surely didn't save it.
Nothing saved it. Let me give you a little recap, and then I want to hear all of your opinion, because it was, girl...
horrible. And I was so excited. Sorry. I was
so excited. I was sitting right there. Mm-hmm. I had a cocktail ready. I was like, oh, I'm going to watch the AMAs.
Bitch, I got DoorDash, and I, made it so it arrived at, 7:55.
Yeah.
And so I was like...
I was sitting there with a cocktail, a little poof, mm-hmm. and I was ready to, watch the AMAs. Because I did watch the Oscars this year, and I was like, oh, those were good. Mm. I watched the Grammys, and I thought they were good.
They were good, yeah.
Okay, so the AMA sizzled with a kiss from J-Lo, a flip from Benson Boone, and a tribute to Rod Stewart. The 2-hour show held at the first time at the Intimate Theater at the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas. Also spotlight performance including SZA, Gracie Abrams, Eminem, and Artist of the Year Billie Eilish, who is touring Europe, sent her thanks via video, just like everyone else did. Okay, so let's get started. First, and let's talk about Jennifer Lopez.
Mm-hmm. Fan?
I am a fan of Jennifer Lopez. I have said this before. Girl, take a fucking break. Oh my God. The girl is beautiful. She has made a career off of her image, and I love it. I have said, please take a break. And 5 years from now, give us a residency in Miami.
Period.
Not in Vegas, in
Down,
Miami.
Exactly.
5 years from now. Imagine 5 years after you have Ms. Jennifer Lopez. She comes out looking stunning with a nice wig, and it's like, oh, I'm going to be in Miami for a residency. You're like, yes, bitch.
Yep.
Waiting for tonight. Yes, all of these hits, you'll be like, I want to see this.
Yep.
But right now, the girl is throwing pasta on the wall, and none of the pasta is cooked.
If you are a performer like that, with a legacy, and you are opening an award show dancing to everybody else's music, the writing is on the wall. That's embarrassing to me.
It was just sad.
Cool, great dancer, Lovely gowns, beautiful gowns. If you're dancing to other people's music, you're not dancing to your music. Like, that's a shame. That's how the mighty have fallen.
And it just felt so like J-Lo in your face. Like let the girl take a deep breath.
Yeah, and that's also because they didn't have any other performers or attendees to also market. Like, I'm a huge Janet Jackson stan.
Yes.
And she was incredible, but everything else, I was like, yeah, this is like a B-list award show.
And the funny thing is that they had really entertaining people. They had Janet Jackson. They had Gwen and her husband, where they were not even there. Did you see that?
I saw that.
They said,
Bitch, that was I saw the TikTok where they filmed it prior.
Yeah. So it's like, you're telling me that these B-lists could not even make it to the show?
Hello.
You had Gloria Estefan, which Gloria was like, all right, sure, I'll show up.
And they were like, oh my God, it's been 40 years. It's been 40 years. It's like, okay, well, why was it 40 years? Is it because, like,
they couldn't get
awkward,
anyone else?
Weird.
So now the big story is, everything is allegedly voted by the fans, right?
They made sure you knew that.
Yeah. So when I turned my TV off and I said, oh, I'm not watching this shit, it was the very first award, one of the 6 awards that they announced on live television. And it was Best Latina Music Star, blah, 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 blah. And they gave us a few. There were 2 that I said, okay, well, they're taking it. Shakira, and if it's not Shakira, it's Karol G. That was like, if it's voted by the fans,
that's what's going to be.
That's what's going to be, right? Then, no hate to my girl, but
Becky G.
I was like, girl, are you fucking serious? You're telling me that Becky G's fans competed with Shakira's fans? I said, this is fake news. I'm out.
Yeah.
I turned that shit off and I went,
Also, so convenient that she had a performance later in the night.
And she was the only one who was present to receive the award.
Huh.
Now, I don't know if you're a Taylor Swift fan or not. Okay, that's all right. At shade noise to that.
Shade rattle. But go on.
Okay, she was nominated 6 times. One of it was for Tour of the Year. You were telling me that the Eras Tour did not get it? You were telling me that out of the 6 awards that Taylor Swift was nominated, none of the Swifties voted enough for her? When she has been the most awarded
No shit.
on the American Music Awards?
With the longest tour of all time. Who did she lose to?
I don't remember because I turned off that shit. I was like, I'm not. If I wanted to watch fake news, I could have turned on Fox.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not standing for this. So I turned it off. And I was just like, this is rigged. Now, I heard a rumor. I heard that the American Music Award producer is very good friends with the President of the United States. And you know, the President of the United States is having a little beef, one-sided beef with Taylor Swift.
She's not hot anymore.
She's not hot anymore. So allegedly, that President had something to do with her not winning anything.
Now, as an unbiased pop fan, I'm not going to say anything.
Do. It is a culture clash. I am here. I'll take it.
I don't think it should have won anything.
That's fair.
I saw the clips. I saw the dancing.
That's completely fair. I totally no, and I completely respect your opinion of saying like, you know what, Taylor Swift should not have gotten it. Like that's fine.
I'm just curious who won instead.
But I'm thinking, if it is voted by the fans,
Who has more ravenous fans than that?
Swifties have no jobs. They have no hobbies other than to defend that woman. And this comes from someone who loves Taylor Swift.
Sure.
So like,
So you know.
I know the girls were at home clicking for her. And you're telling me that she didn't win a single award?
Plus, there was like rumor that she was going to announce the Reputation Taylor version at this show or post. So, you got to ask your girls about that.
That was the worst award show in history. Billie Eilish won. I just found out Billie Eilish was the one that won Tour of the Year.
Tour of the Year?
Yes. So again, You're a Billie Eilish fan. Would you agree that Billie Eilish tour was bigger than the Eras tour?
Please.
That's what I'm saying.
Please. Yeah.
And I love Billie, but when it comes to numbers, there's something shady there.
Especially like when, if it's gonna come to like trying to put a certain artist on like a pedestal to like maybe market them more or to, because Billie's on tour right now, wouldn't it be such an incredible way to sell tickets if she's suddenly the AMA Artist of the Year?
I love that, but don't you think she would have shown up? Like if this was the point of like, let me get
But
a
she's
PR
like a cool
move.
girl. But
She
she's like so
is.
cool. She's not gonna go to the awards. She's gonna.
I think they give it to the girl who decided to record the video, and she was like, "All right, I'll do it. I don't care."
Bitch, and I don't know anything about Gracie Abrams, but
Yeah.
she couldn't even do it in landscape. She had to do an iPhone like portrait style, like, thank you for the award. Like,
Girl,
that is
Yeah.
embarrassing. Like, that's embarrassing. Like, that is not what I grew up watching. That is not
No.
fucking like Madonna and Britney Spears kissing on stage.
oh, okay. Let's talk another thing about Jennifer Lopez kissing one of the dancers.
Yes.
Three of the dancers.
Yes.
2 men, 1 woman. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
What did that look like? Was it like ugh, or was it revolutionary as the kiss between Madonna and Britney?
Far from. I think it's revolutionary for straight people who are watching the AMAs because it's like, honestly, not even, because it's like, because there was a lot of country performances and there was a lot of like Republican like overtones to the AMAs in my opinion. And so I think her doing that wasn't revolutionary to gay people. Couldn't give a shit. And then for straight people who are watching, they're just gonna mark it up to like, oh, it's the liberal agenda. Like, of course, they want to shove it down our throats or whatever. So like, I think it's a flop overall.
Fair enough. I do agree with you. But not even the straight people are talking about it. They don't give a fuck. And that's the worst thing.
Because I think that the president has kind of turned everything into something negligible. So anything that's revolutionary or can be scoffed at as, oh, that's the liberal media, or oh, that's Hollywood, Pizzagate, whatever the fuck, like some like stupid shirking it off. And then it loses power, and now it's like, as revolutionary as that would have been maybe 10 years ago, when people had cable to even watch these shows in the first place, it's just like, you did this to go viral. You know what I mean? Like, this kiss was done to be like a TikTok that everyone's like,
But no
did you see Jennifer Lopez? Blah, blah.
Yeah,
Like,
no one did. And there's a very fine line between being controversial and being cringe. And the girl was just cringe. And J-Lo, I urge you to please take a break, girl. She's going to be on World Pride. She is just announced another Vegas residency.
I saw.
She's also coming up with another movie. Girl, I know you have the money to just take a break. Take a break.
That's the thing that, like, when you grow up with pop stars and you, like, see them evolve over time, it's like when, my grandma bought me the Fame CD, like, when I was in 5th grade.
Really?
And then you grow up and she's doing, like, Nurtec commercials. And it's just, like, pop stars do get older. And they kind of throw stuff at the wall, like you said. And that's what I feel like J-Lo has.
You know what? Maybe you're clocking me because I have yelled at many gays for ever coming for Madonna, and they're like, oh my God, old ladies, sit down. Like, Madonna's still paving the way
As fuck.
for many pop stars.
As fuck. Her what was the tour where she had like the Vogue?
This very last tour. That she
Yeah.
did? It was something about the eras as well, like
Yeah.
celebration. I was also very fucked up at that. But I mean, come on, it was Madonna.
But that's like, I mean, pushing culture. I mean, that's something she's always done.
And you know what? I'm gonna sit on that because you just kind of clocked me a little bit that maybe I'm not finding Jennifer Lopez to be as exciting as she was when she was young, doing the same thing. Because Madonna really has done the same thing over the decades, pushing the boundary of sexuality, of feminism, of body positivity.
Yeah.
And a lot of people see that as cringe. And maybe I'm just seeing Jennifer Lopez a little bit cringe. I'm going to try to see her with another view. I'm going to try to see her with another eye of just a woman trying to push the boundaries.
And I always want to give women the benefit of the doubt no matter what.
Of course.
Like, the last thing I want to ever, like, come across as is, like, a misogynist or something. But I just, like... And actually, you know what? That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
A lot of gay critique of, like, pop stardom does come from misogyny.
Of course.
Don't you think? Or, like, oh, you know, Madonna outsold so-and-so. Or, like, Doechii is the new queen of rap. Fuck Nicki Minaj. Like, shit like that. And I just think it's so interesting how, like, gay men will always kind of have this, like, misogynistic undercurrent.
Of course.
To, like, pop critique.
And if you ever want to see it in plain daylight, just watch Drag Race with any of these gay men who have never worn heels, including myself. And we're over here like, oh, girl, that was not good. Oh, girl, that was clock. Oh, that wig is dry.
Oh, right. I could do better makeup than that. Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. No, you don't.
Bitch, you don't even go to...
No. So, and even like, you don't even have to watch Drag Race. Go to a drag show and, oh, that girl is wearing the same outfit. Oh, that girl is wearing the same wig.
But girl, they don't even go to the drag shows. They only come around when fucking Latrice is in town.
Exactly. So it's a lot of machismo men among gay men that we don't realize the privilege that we have.
Yeah. And it's like inherently like looking at something feminine and as a man being like, I can do better.
Yes.
I know you can, but I can do better.
Or
like,
she's not doing good enough, or she's too skinny. Her heels are too this. Her hair is too flat. Because it's, or like I said, I have defended Madonna for years and I will continue to defend her. But every time someone like brings up Madonna and I'm like, she's doing the same shit that she did 20 years ago. She just doesn't happen to be skinny and 25 years old. Therefore, you don't find her hot. Therefore, her message isn't important anymore.
That's what it is.
But her message has been important ever since she's been on the scene. So, okay, now let's speak about women and always giving women the benefit of the doubt. Because I know you heard about this and I want to talk to you about it. So, French President Macron, Brigitte Macron, shoves him right as
right
they get off the plane.
Right in the face.
You saw that, right? Okay, so French President Emmanuel Macron was scolded by wife Brigitte Macron after she aggressively shoved his face in a shocking moment that has since gone viral. Brigitte allegedly called the politician a loser after the uncomfortable squabble that unfolded on an airplane during this state visit to Vietnam on Sunday. First, I want to say, whatever happened, she was right.
Took the words out of my mouth.
I don't care.
Took the word. What did he do?
It.
What did he do?
Yes. I want to hear her side of the story before I hear his.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Especially like someone in power like that. Like I know the ego has to be unchecked.
Oh my God.
Has to be.
Oh my God.
And so like
shut up.
It's like comical. It's like a skit to me.
I don't want to like glorify violence, but that was hilarious.
But I'm like, she's probably right. Like, yeah. I'm sure she was right.
What did he do? I want to hear what he did.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm queen.
Whatever it is that she did, he deserved it.
Down.
And then after I hear her story, then I'll decide.
And even then, maybe she'll even like spare details or try to like clean it up, but I'm sure she was right.
I'll still be on the queen side.
Easy.
Bridget, if you want to come on the podcast, let us know. We will love to hear your side of the story.
We believe you. We believe you.
All right, that was the only thing I really wanted to talk to you about. I really just wanted to say, women are right.
Down.
So there you
Down.
go. Now, on to another women. I want to talk about Kris Jenner. Have you seen her plastic surgery?
Yeah, they like pulled her back.
Girl, they put that paper clip in the back.
Fully.
Binder clip.
She's like that Homer Simpson.
Yes.
Like, it's like ponytails of like skin.
And whoever is doing, I need numbers.
down. I know.
All right. So the girl behind Kris Jenner's new look is in-demand plastic surgeon Dr. Stephen Levine. Page 6 has exclusively learned. The 69-year-old Kardashian family mastermind has recently been mistaken by fans for her supermodel daughter, Kendall Jenner. I wouldn't go that far, but okay.
Maybe Kim.
Maybe Kim. maybe Courtney. Maybe Courtney. Yeah.
That's wild.
Sparking rumors and speculations that she might have sought some surgical assistance.
Might.
Good for her.
Oh no, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love plastic surgery. Let her
I love plastic
do it.
surgery. Yeah.
That's something I always thought was so crazy, is like the shaming behind plastic surgery, where it's like we said, if you were a woman if you walked in the shoes of a woman and you knew what that pressure was like and you knew what it was like, bitch, you'd probably have it done 10 times.
If you ever need to see a movie about it, just go watch Elizabeth Sparkle.
The Substance.
The Substance.
Down.
You will understand.
Completely.
I cannot imagine just being told you're not skinny enough, you're not pretty enough.
Oh, she turned 50. What's her marketability?
Yes. Crazy. I can't imagine what it would be like. I wish we could all just age gracefully, but that's not the world we live in.
Right. And even then, she was sexy. Like, that's what I think is like the perfect message from that movie, is Demi Moore is hot as shit.
Yes.
When she was in that bathroom, like laying on the floor, I was like, if I looked like that at her age, oh my God, I would like step on everybody, like, but insane.
The funny thing is that we all always think about that, because every time like a friend of mine always try to come back with like negative thoughts, I'm like, bitch, listen, if you were 70 years old and you're giving the opportunity to come back for one day with this ugly body that you say you have, you will be the happiest fucker ever. So we always look at someone else like, oh, you look great, but I don't.
Yeah.
So always just know that there is someone out there masturbating to your pictures. T.
Probably in this room.
And probably in this room. God, are you there? But Kris Jenner looks amazing.
Yeah, and I love it. I wouldn't say she is getting, I don't know who's calling her Kylie Jenner.
Someone said Kendall. I was like, girl, no.
That's even crazier.
Yeah. Because Kylie looks
Pumped.
a little older than Kendall.
And I think the work she's had done has maybe made her look a little bit more
Agreed.
mature. And that I can, because like the cheekbones with Kylie and Kris, I can see, but Kendall is like,
Just, yeah. Which I'm sure Kendall has had a little work done. But hey, we're all in our own rights.
let her.
To get work done. Have you ever gotten any Botox or anything?
No, I didn't have insurance until like last month.
Okay, well, girl, Botox is not covered by insurance, so.
Oh, doesn't matter. See, that's as much as I know.
But yeah, no, it's been a while since I've gotten Botox, but I just love people being themselves. If you want to have fake tits up to here, and that makes you feel beautiful, I will think you're beautiful.
And that's a thought, and I agree, but that's a thought I've had about like, it's a shame that like people have turned other people taking Ozempic as like, oh, you're cheating, or like a get out of jail free card, or like whatever. I'm like, girl, they let them look good, as long as it's not like directly affecting like diabetic people. Like I know it was at some point.
Right, because like they were running out.
Right, and
Yeah.
that is a different conversation. But I'm like, let them fucking take their Ozempic, girl. Let them. Like Heather from Salt Lake City Housewives.
She's on it, right?
Let her, yes. And she looks as good as she can. Good for her.
The thing about it is that bitches are always going to talk about you. Whether you're too big, whether you're too skinny, whether you lost weight through Ozempic, whether you starve yourself at the gym and you look cringe every time you posted a picture. People are always going to talk about you. It doesn't matter. So might as well give them something to talk about.
And that is said by a true Madonna stan.
Let them. I mean, they're going to talk about it. Your hair too long, your hair too short, you're too skinny, you're too fat, you're too this, you're too that. So fuck it. As long as you are feeling good with who you are, as long as you are stepping out of your house feeling confident and being the best version of you, that's what I want to see.
I agree. Completely.
That is what I want to see. Because everyone out there hating at home, they're unhappy. I've never seen someone who is happy hate on someone else. Ever. Never. No one have you ever, the prettiest people I've ever been around are always the ones complimenting you.
Like uplifting everyone around them.
The richest people that I've ever been around are the people wanting to make you richer. So if there is someone judging your look, if there is someone judging your bank account, bitch, they're ugly and broke and they don't matter. Move on. Who cares?
I mean, facts. Facts.
Just facts. Sometimes I get a little. I just live in my world, and my world is fabulous, and I get to choose who gets to be in my world.
And that's a privilege. Because you are like, I respect you a lot, and I hold you up high. I think what you're doing is really important and incredible. And bitch, you're in the fucking Pride Parade.
Thank you. We are.
Do they know that?
They are. I think so. June 29th, we are going to be at the Pride Parade. It's speaking of gay icons, so you can still get tickets. There are still tickets available for June 7th. Is that correct? June 7th. We'll link the link below where you can still get tickets. All of the money that we are raising, almost $1,000 that we have raised so far, is going to Cincinnati Gay Pride for all of these events that are so important. One of the reasons why I'm sitting here with you and why I came out of the closet was in 2008, I went to Northside Pride. And it was such a refreshing, eye-opening event where I was like, fuck, all these weird gays are just like me.
Weird.
They're-
Northside, weird.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was like, they're so weird and they're my people. And
Yeah.
I felt so welcome. And I hope that in 2025 and 2026, whenever it is that you have the opportunity and you have the freedom to attend a gay event, you can feel what I felt when I was 18 years old at Northside Pride. So please donate. Please come to this event. It's going to be great. Lexi Love is going to be at Bloom OTR. So she will be there.
And I think Cincinnati Pride is looking for volunteers
That too.
currently
Yes,
as well,
yes,
right?
yes. They are looking for volunteers. We'll also leave the link below so that everyone can click. If you don't have the money, if you don't have the dollar to donate, that's okay. You can donate a little bit of your time to make these events happen for everyone. You don't understand the importance of these events, of these places, of this exposure of culture of queer people to understand that we're a community and it's great. It's
And we have one of the biggest prides around.
yes.
That's free.
Yeah, one of the only free prides.
One of the only free prides. Thank you, producer.
There you go.
It's like, it's so important. Like, it's so important. I literally am like mimicking everything you're saying in my head, and like all of the queer entertainment that's gonna be there, like, and all of like the little kids who are gonna see it and be like, that's fucking cool. Like,
Yes.
that's what I wanna be. Like, whatever. It's like priceless. It's priceless.
It's completely priceless, and I hope that you all can join us. It is my very first time walking at a parade, and I've been invited a few times, like when I lived in Chicago, like through like corporations that I worked at, and they were like, hey, do you want to be a part of it? And I just always felt like the day that I get to walk, it's going to be meaningful, and it's going to be with a message that I want, and not just to walk around the parade. And
Yeah.
doing it with this show and what represents and all of the voices that have sat on this couch, like you, Amaya Sexton, Jessica Diamond, Tanya Rohr, like so many amazing people
Yeah.
that are allies and people within the community. Like, it just feels so amazing to be just a beacon of hope for those queer kids watching us at home who might be hiding from their parents watching this show.
Yeah.
Because
Fully.
I know that I did one time, and today I get to be on the other side, and I hope that one day those kids grow up to say, you know, you touched me a little bit, not like that, you touched me emotionally. That would be the biggest accomplishment in life.
And there will. Like, and that's what, again, I really respect what you do, and I respect you, like, inviting these people into your home and, like, having us here. It's really, like, it's authentic and it's real, and it's, like, what I would like to see more of. So I appreciate you doing it. More importantly, do you know what you're wearing in the parade?
Just a little tank top. It's gonna be hot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be hot. I'm gonna wear a little tank top, but I'm gonna be wearing a fabulous costume for gay icons.
Hint. Give us a hint.
Very Mexican. I have okay, so we'll insert some pictures, but I have been Lady Gaga on the first one,
Work.
full red lace. It's
From the work.
I'll show
work.
you. It's
With like
in
the
my-
crown?
Yes, I'll
Work.
show you. It's in my room.
Work.
The second year, I was Madonna for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Bitch to the T.
The gold.
The crown, everything was to the T. The third year, I was Kim,
Work.
wearing Balenciaga full.
The
head to
all
toes.
black outfit.
Yes.
That was my favorite look I saw in the
Thank you.
photos.
Thank you.
No shade.
It was great. And this year, I needed to represent my culture, and I am doing a very proud bisexual Mexican woman. I think you might all know who it is.
Work.
So excited. So excited to just throw in a skirt, throw in a wig, scream at the homosexuals.
Feels good.
So good.
Feels good.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. When did you just like one day just wear a skirt and you say, because I can and I will?
Yes. I was really inspired by just like, because I love fashion, I love like designers, and I love like couture. And I think I was going for a silhouette that I saw someone wear. Like it was somebody. And I was kind of like, I kind of have nice legs. I should keep wearing skirts.
You do.
And then it kind of went from there. Like it was just like a really, really natural progression. Because again, like I feel more confident dressed like this with like makeup on and stuff than I do every day to day, like as a boy. And so I really have tried to like nurture it. And it's like been a very gradual progression into like, I don't know, feeling good about it.
You give me, this is like really my era, because I really grew up in the early 2000s. The peak of pop culture, Lindsay Lohan, you give me very Paris Hilton, Britney
The
Spears.
t-shirts with the words on them and
Yes,
the
the
dump
tight-
him t-shirt.
The mini skirts that were a belt, you give me very, all of that.
That.
And it's so refreshing.
But see, there's also like these designers that like Moa Lola and like Berrigan and stuff that like that's the trend. Like it's cyclical.
It always.
And so like the tiny little like this belt being the skirt is the trend now.
It's
like
cunt.
I see it every weekend. I see these girls in like, you know, tiniest little skirt, longest boot, you know, t-shirt that's like, I only care about lesbians, you know, like shit like that. It's
Fact, we only care about
Love it.
lesbians. Fact.
Real.
Fact. Yeah.
Real.
I love your fashion. It's so inspiring because, like I said, it just brings me back to that little Louise of me who saw my cousins and saw my classmates wearing tiny little skirts.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never really I'm very comfortable being a man. I identify as a cis gay man. But I always tell people, I'm like, you don't understand what it's like to be free to put on a fucking wig, to put on heels, and understand that my balls aren't going to fall off, that I'm not going to be any less of a man than you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry that you don't get to run around and be that free. I tell my friends, I'm like, the best time for me to go out is getting ready. It is a champagne bottle. It takes me 3 hours. I always show up late. And then by
because
the
you have
time,
to take your time. You have to
Yeah.
like ease into it.
by the time I show up, I'm like, I'm ready to go home. And I do.
You're already drunk,
I
you're
do.
like-
I do. I start drinking here at home. It is me. It's that feminine divine that I am so connected with, that I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And for so long, the world and my family made me feel so ashamed of. I'm like, hey, motherfucking no. It's the best thing about me.
Yeah.
And I will do whatever I want to do. I will walk around in a silk robe, big as, hairy as dude. I don't give a shit. It's what makes me feel beautiful.
Yeah.
What makes me feel me.
Yeah.
And I don't ever have to apologize for any of that. So thank you for taking it even a step farther and letting the world know that this is what they get. And it's stunning.
And thank you. I agree. I think it's so important to like, I don't know. I think everyone has like a femininity. You know, all men have like something
Of
a
course.
little something to them, a little, you know, a
We
little
all-
zest.
We all have a side of masculinity and femininity. When we see a side of masculinity on a female, it's always like, yes. Because at the end of the day, we all want to aspire to be a male, right? But the moment that you see that little femininity on a boy, it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Because
It's challenging.
Because like I said on the last podcast, straight men are not afraid of homosexuality. They're afraid of femininity.
Down.
And that is too.
That's real. See, I didn't.
Straight men have no problem with homosexuals. After 3 beers and they're like, just don't tell no one.
Or they have a cousin or an uncle.
Yeah. Oh, we love gay. Just none of that gay shit. Girl, after 3 beers, you're on with that gay shit.
Bitch, that's what like. Again, with this like, with this brat summer, this last year, I saw more straight men losing their fucking minds to a queer pop star in the club than I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, and I'm the faggot? Yeah. You want to hear those club classics?
How do you feel like now that you mentioned this, I really wanted to ask you this. How do you feel that Brat Summer has shaped the culture of music and club scene?
Very much. It's weird. Like, again, like, it's made people, it's one thing to like listen to an album by yourself or like on a run or like whatever, but hearing an album in a club that's made for a club with all of your friends and you all know the words and you're all like singing to each other and you're all like excited because it's so good, and like it's the most liberating like out of body experience. And I think with Brat it was like just the perfect what do you call it, equation of all of those things that made people so excited to go out every weekend and to hear these and to wait in line.
Yes.
I'm not
To
gonna
see
wait.
you.
I'm not gonna wait.
They really are.
But that's the thing that goes back to being like insane, where I'm like, I appreciate anyone who would wait in a line to go into a club that like I'm performing at or that a queen's performing at or whatever. Waiting in line is the ultimate, like, I'm giving you my time, my priceless time. I'm gonna wait and do nothing until I get to come in and see you.
Yeah.
Like bar none. That is the greatest like respect gift you could give to me. But Brat Summer. I think it just made everyone want to have more fun.
And to really just be open about just everything and just have fun and understand that music has no boundaries, fashion has no boundaries, and eventually one day the world will understand that our sexuality and our identity of our gender has also no boundaries.
Yeah.
So thank you for representing all of that. Thank you for uplifting my community, our community, with your music, your fashion, your vibe, and everything that you bring into the city and soon into every single place in the world. Oh my God, DJBoyWife, anything else you would like to tell the girls?
Basically, there would be no me without people that show up. You know what I mean? There is no, like, what's a DJ without a crowd? What's a DJ without, like, you coming and, like, dancing and enjoying it and drinking and what have you? Like, I would not be anything if it weren't for the people that show up, that care to come dance, that give a shit, that like queer people, that want to be around other queer people. I wouldn't be shit. So I appreciate the waiting in line, the buying the ticket, the fucking like sending a request and waiting to hear it, and like the graffiti on the Alice bathrooms saying how much I hate DJBoyWife.
Love that.
It's mutual, baby.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
No, that's the biggest thing, and I have so much gratitude for that, and I have so much gratitude for people that give a shit, because I give a shit. And so when I see it in other people, it's just like the highest vibration for me, where I'm just like, I love that you give a shit. We can give a shit together.
Well, I think that the world and all of the people who come to your show, and including myself, we see that. We know how much you care, the vibe that you always create, the environment of inclusivity. It's contagious. And thank you so much for creating that in Cincinnati and everywhere that you go. We're going to link DJBoyWife's social media so that you guys can follow them and make sure that you are keeping up so that you can go to every single event. Remember that tomorrow you can still buy tickets for Melatown. We'll also link all of that so that you can get tickets on all of that. Make sure that you guys are following us on the culture_clash as well on our Instagram as well as our TikTok. And that really is all, you girls. I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous weekend. It is the beginning of Pride Month. Remember that we are not only gay during June, we are gay, queer, every single day of the year. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Yay! How was that? That was good, Kelly.
You are so good at
No,
this,
you were
bitch. You are so good at this.
You were so good. And today's episode is brought to you by City Bird here in Cincinnati. They have the best chicken fingers in town, so for you picky eaters, what are you waiting? Check out City Bird.